time gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. Like, I think homeboy had heartburn, actually.
What's up, everybody? On today's episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast, man, we like them 8 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. Octogenarians. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get some, and let's get it. On today's episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast.
Did you say 8 to 80? I hope not 8.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you why. It's funny.
Hey, this is Manny Mackins, and you're listening to the Hashtag Blackout Podcast, the best podcast on earth. I said it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 136, 136 of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast. I'm Jared.
What's up, people? I'm Jay.
And man, we back and at it again. And yeah, you did hear in the intro, real quick, I said 8 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. Because it's funny, when I was a little kid, my dad used to tell me, this is when I was like a little kid. My dad used to tell me about girls for, some reason. He was like, man, yeah, Jared, since you're still young, you can say you like them 8 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. But obviously, being a little bit older, teenager, 20-something-year-old, yeah, you can't say 8 no more. But yeah, that was one of his favorite sayings for some reason.
Let's just bring it to 18. 18.
Yeah, 18 to 80. Maybe he said 18 and I just didn't hear it.
Let's hope.
Right, but it's just an old saying from the country. So yeah, 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. Yeah, I'm 97% sure that's what it actually should have been. But hey, whatever. Hey, Jay, man, how's your week been?
It's all right, man. Just work. Just I'm tired of work, man. It's just always work, and my fellow coworker about to get herself booted out the door because she just, man, she's just not doing what she need to do.
Oh, I thought she was talking back.
No, she's not talking back to me. She
to the other people.
She a little too get these young folks, man, and the young folks think they could talk anyway. Little privileged Caucasian girls in their 20s, fresh out of college, thinking they could like get in this professional environment and just be saying, just be running off at the mouth and saying can't really communicate the way they should be communicating. It's for example, you can't be saying the word like after every 3 or 4 words, like this, like doing this, and then like especially like in like conference meetings and stuff like that.
That's like totally like okay, like
exactly. You can't tell somebody their idea is crap. You can't be saying I'm not doing that. It's like so stupid. You can't be saying that. You can't be talking that way.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
My boss was like, she's had it like up to here. Can't see it through the microphone, but yeah, she's had it up to her eye level with her shenanigans. So yeah, and plus, coming in late all the time, that's not cool, man. I try my best to get there at 8, before 8 actually, but my boss understands that I got to take 2 kids to school, so
yeah, true.
She gives me a slight pass, but when you come in 40 minutes late, 30 to 40 minutes late every day, don't look too good. Don't look too good, man.
Yeah, I understand that. So what do you? So you guys, I guess you guys consider 8 o'clock.
That's
like
start time.
Basically
start
you're on
business.
time.
Start a business.
Yeah,
yes.
Start time. Okay, I got you. So start a business for us is similar. It's like 8 o'clock, right? But it is. I guess it's sort of a little more laid back attitude where 8:30 is basically the start of business if you work through your lunch, and don't leave for lunch type of thing.
Yeah.
or 9 o'clock if you stay like a few minutes after. But if you get there at 9 o'clock, then I guess apparently people look at you sideways.
Yeah.
I don't know, but this is the other thing though. There's some people who, you know, obviously there's some people who I guess have customers, you know, in different time zones. So,
Right.
so you know, they, you know, they sort of they can sort of mix it up. But other people who's like most of their customers are East Coast, you know, Central,
Right.
Mountain or Pacific. Then yeah, it's one of those things. So yeah, so I guess I think there's a few other departments where people do that same thing too. They get there like fairly late, like 8:45, 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And so I guess the people at the top are, you know, trying to like get on to all of their employees and say, hey, we don't want to be that department without like calling out somebody individually, even though I think they have.
Right.
So yeah, man, I don't know, man. It's sort of, I guess it depends on what your boss says, you know, and what the whole overall company thought process is.
I mean, the kind of sort of cool thing that happened like in the past was like my boss's boss said, you know, she really didn't care. We're all professionals. We're all adults. We should know when to get to work and whatnot. Yeah, that's what it's so if we're like, you know, a few minutes late, 15, 20 minutes late, whatever, we just go in, we do our job, and no BSing around, just get it done. Yeah. You know, we're adults. We got to come in and do the job. That's what we're here for. You know, but, you know, just me on a personal level, you know, my parents always taught me to be at least 15, 20 minutes early for everything. Yeah, I mean, I do that with, you know, appointments and stuff like that and places I need to be. I'll be there extremely early. You know, work on the other hand, you know, if I have to take 2 kids to school and fight up like I-35 traffic here in Texas. Yeah. You know, that's a different story, but I'm still there on time. Every day, every single day. Yeah. Hell, I got appointments every Tuesday morning for like allergy shots and stuff like that, and I still make it to work before my coworker, which is pretty rare. So yeah, but a lot of our meetings and stuff, sometimes it start at 8:30, sometimes it start at 9:30. It just go out throughout the day. So yeah. So she's walking on thin ice, man. She's skating on thin ice. So I don't feel like going through the headache of trying to find another coworker, like interviewing people. I don't want to do that again. I don't feel. Yeah, you don't want to go through that again. No, yeah, I understand that. Is she? How do I put this? Is she also one of those people who is, you know, opposed to the culture of the things that they want you guys to do? Sometimes I don't know how to. She should be. I mean, hell, she been there for over a year, so. She should have got she should know what's up. But, hell, I don't know, man. I mean, she's cool people, you know. She's cool and stuff to talk with and whatnot. You know, sometimes she get on my nerves. And I'm sure you've probably encountered coworkers that are of the persuasion that says, like, everything is ghetto or something's ghetto. And they're like some things come out borderline racist, and you're just like, what? Yeah. You're like that. That's racist. Yeah. It's like, and I think about it. It's like, and I always say in my head, she's young. I'll just give her a little pass. I'll excuse her because she's still super young. But still, I shouldn't. But I just brush it off. But she's gonna get herself like caught up in something. She's gonna say something one day that's gonna get her fired on the spot. I know it. Yeah. Anywho, how was your week?
Let's see here. My week was busy, man. You know, just getting prepped for this market this week. It's been like a little bananas. You know, every time I do like every time I do a farmer's market, I will normally have, you know, sort of back stock, you know, for bottles, for the hook shrubs and spices. This time around, I needed to make the 3 new flavors in bulk and like sort of make sort of, I guess, add on, bulk mixes of the 4 older flavors. So, normally I do like an appointment at a commercial kitchen up here where I go and do that for a few hours. So I'll do that after work. So, it's basically, a 8 to 5 and then, about 6:30 or 6 o'clock until, 9 or 10 at night, working on those things. So this time around was all right. It was a long one, but it was also sort of cool because normally I'm in that kitchen by myself, blasting, one of our partner pods out there, like Whatever Man or John Effect or Random Ramblings of Rob or Starting Five or Just in Time podcast, et cetera, et cetera. The By Chance, whenever he finally does a show. So I started out doing that this time, and then I blast some music. But as I was listening to Whatever Man's last episode, where they said, "Why don't you have the decency to kill yourself?" R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. This lady showed up from these 4 ladies showed up from a whole different company, so I had to turn that off real fast. And yeah, they had a whole different company, and they took half the kitchen. They were doing their thing. So it was actually good to actually have other people in the room. Because most of the time I'm there, pretty late at night, and it's in a sketchy neighborhood. So you never know what's about to go down. There's not really good lighting on the front door. So that's probably why those ladies come in mass together. But yeah, they were doing their thing. So it was a good fun thing, man. It was cool. So hit that. It was really busy. Then, getting the bottles ready, getting the labels ready, which still thank you again. Had the market day yesterday, which was fun. The great thing is, I'd say your final design of, all my random mind stream of thoughts and processes, and pictures and angles and how I wanted it to look. Everybody loved it, man. Everybody was on fire about how much they loved the new look, and yeah, I think it led to probably the best day I've ever had at the market. Even better than probably my first or second day last year when I first showed up there. So, and I think it's all really due to the look of the labels. I think that definitely added to it, and the new flavors that came out. Could tell y'all the fresh catch I made for seafood mainly. But you could throw it on vegetables, chicken, pork, anything like that. That sold out, which I was shocked at because I thought that, one of the other ones would sell out, but that one sold out. The second new flavor is the Cajun Red, which I made pay homage to, my side, my mom's side of the family, which, you're on that half. And so I sent you guys a sample, a couple months ago. I was like, hey, tell me what you think. And, and I tasted it, and I had some other people taste it too. And based on mainly, probably more on your reaction and feedback, and then a few others, I was like, all right, this got to change. And I did a couple of extra different things to it, and man, it was amazing. It's amazing now. It's so much different. Spicier than Tony Sashery, spicier than Slap Your Mama.
Nice.
It's got the Cajun heat. It's got those herbs, that you're missing, that flavor that you were missing before. It's got a good blend, man. I think it's pretty dope. So dope. Yeah, so it's great. And then the final little dark secret that I had for the longest time, and finally whipped it out. Is the Midnight. So yeah, man, that Midnight, it's a black seasoning. There's no coffee in it. I know people nowadays like to throw coffee in their seasoning to make it dark. I got a much better way to darken a seasoning with a little special ingredient. And yeah, I think it's a great all-purpose, perfect blend of spicy, salty, sweet, with a little bit of sweet chili flavor in there. Yeah.
Yeah, the secret ingredient, people, is the ashes of all the dead Wakandans.
Man, you know what? That was so. It was funny for the Midnight. you already know, man. I went back and forth with a lot of people trying to come up with the name for it, and I couldn't. And one of the names that was suggested by one of my family members was Ashes of My People. And I was like, no.
Can't do it.
We can't do that, that's man. Funny. We can't do that. I might as well call it Black People. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they had all that white guilt behind it.
Oh, man. Well, hey.
Or turning away.
Maybe that's the thing.
Or turning away.
Maybe that would have been my reparations. You know what I'm saying?
And you could have just sold it to them with a stern look on your face.
Be like, feel bad about this purchase, but feel good.
Mm-hmm.
This purchase is going to feel bad, but it's going to taste good.
It's going to taste good in your mouth.
Oh, yeah, man. It's going to taste good in your mouth. Also, I'm happy.
Taste these 400 years of repression.
Taste these 400 years of inequality. I'm also glad that we did that one alternative with the white, mainly with a little bit of black. Because I think that made it pop. I think that made it drew people's eyes to it. And I had it right in the middle. I had it right in the middle of all of the whole lineup of 7. So it was like one of those things that like sort of like a homing beam. Yeah, always bet on black though. Wesley Snipes, Passenger 57. Yeah, man. It was great. It was a great day. So, and I was tired after that, but I threw down a little brisket and some pulled pork after that. For the night, so I could have some extra content. But I'll tell you this, man. This is the first time. I've had multiple, tags in posts the day of the market, the first day of the market after people bought it. They brought it home and used it that night. They posted it and tagged us, and sort of like the beginning. I can't wait to try this. And then the middle when they pulled it off and let it rest, or the end, like the finished product. And a lot of these pictures are like really clean and really pretty. So I have one of my friends that's going to do like a little mini like photo and video shoot for me at some point. So, I was going to get some good content from him, but dang, I may just end up mainly using a lot of these photos I got just in the first day. So, and a lot of good feedback. So, good. And that label, the flavor is one thing, the first look to catch your eye though is really, I think the thing that draws people in all the time. So yeah. So thank you for that.
Good.
Much appreciated.
Indeed.
And yeah. And let's see here, man. I just wanted to, to hop off that topic while we talk about some old people hopping on each other in a park.
Nice.
So that's why I sort of in the opening talked about 18 to 80. Yeah, it was definitely 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. Now that I can remember, I don't know where I got 8 from. Sorry about that. But
maybe he's thinking about your kid.
Yeah, I don't know. But here we go. So, no, not at all. So, 85-year-old woman and 5 elderly men caught having sex in public.
Nice.
Wow. So you're the one who introduced me to this story this morning. Do you have it pulled up?
I do. I do. I mean, I'm sure the news sites varied from place to place, but this happened in Fairfield, Connecticut. Police in Connecticut had been getting reports of inappropriate behavior at a public park, so they decided to see it for themselves. They saw 5 men, 1 woman engaged in sexual activity. I'm assuming it's either a train or she getting they're trying to film that old porn style where, yeah. So investigators searched the internet and discovered the park and other city locations had been advertised on at least one city hookup guide website. Nice. So we got a 67, I think you mentioned 67-year-old, 62-year-old, 75-year-old, another 62-year-old, 82-year-old, and the woman was 85-year-old. All 6 of them have been charged with breach of peace, a couple of other people face additional charges for public indecency.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, man. Getting it in the 80s, 60s to 80s. Wow.
This is what's crazy about that too. So one of those men was the woman's husband, right?
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So
Richard
he
Butler.
was. So she's 85, he's 82. So 3-year gap there. Actually, my wife is 3 years older than me. So I'm just playing. No, but 3-year gap there. And then you had these other guys. So you had a 75-year-old, 67, and two 62-year-olds. So the three like super younger men, even like the guy who's 10 years younger, the 75-year-old. Like, first of all, she likes young men. She's robbing the cradle here. But then also, like, if you remember, like, that Mrs. Robinson song.
Yeah.
These people were probably like, they probably loved that Mrs. Robinson song, like, back when it came out. And they're like, yeah, I love old women. I love much older women. Blah, 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 blah. And now they had their opportunity. I don't know, man. I think it's crazy, man. But, and it makes you wonder how much that is actually going on,
Oh yeah, the old. I think about this all the time, and I'm like, when I get to be in my 60s or my 70s, 80s, will I be attracted to that age? Or I mean, because I look at it now, and the only person I could see is like in their 50s or maybe 60s, and I'm still in my 30s. That is like, dang, she bad. Is Angela Bassett and there's like a couple other people. Elise Neal, I don't know how old she is, but she still. But still, when I'm in my 70s or 80s, will I be attracted to that? Is it like something in our mindset, our DNA that makes us attracted to older folks, even though we're older?
I think so. And I think
it's like, ooh, look at that
like
loose skin under the neck.
Right. I don't know if it's like that, but I think when you get to that age, you remember though, like if you're thinking of like starlets, you know what I'm saying? Like, like you say, like Elise Neal, if you were both like in your 60 to 80 range, or like Alicia Keys when, eventually, when she hits that age range, like you think about that woman. I mean, who else? Halle Berry, or Toni Braxton.
Yeah.
You think about those women in their past, what they look like in their past, and you love them in their past. You loved them in the past when you were younger and they were younger, etc. So I think in your mind you still have that positive, like, sort of thought and mindset, even though they're older. They're older, they're wiser. They could teach you more. All this stuff.
I'm older. I'm in my 60s. I'm older.
You're both older and wise. But I'm saying, but both of y'all are older and wiser at that time. But I think you still have that same like thought of them. You visualize them a little bit, as a younger person. So I think that may sort of go to like, if it's somebody you don't really know, you don't even know, but you still, sort of see that. But then I think it's also one of those things. Well, I'm an old guy. She's an old girl. The young people don't find me attractive anymore, but this one does. I just need some companionship. I just want somebody to be warm next, to hug up on and be next to and be warm. I think that's old people's mindset when they get to that.
Yeah, and that could be right because, there's like an increase in like a lot of sexual activity in old folks' homes, retirement homes. So you're probably right, man. I don't know what it's going to be like, man. I mean, I don't want to think about trying to, hopefully my wife and I will still be together in our 80s and, 90s and over it. But, just thinking about it, I think about my grandfather when he, my mom's dad, when he was getting older and his wife had already passed and he was like messing around with these younger girls. Like, apparently he did like younger women. And he was able to snag them, but
he still had game, huh? I think that's hilarious as you say that, because I think the same thing. My dad's dad, right? Who probably gave him the phrase 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. I remember one time as a teenager going to Mississippi to go visit him and just sort of check in on him and do some other stuff there. And we were, we drove up to his house. He wasn't there. We were looking for him. We're like, where the heck is he? Tried to, that was sort of before the time of like cell phones, right?
Did he have a big van?
No, he didn't. That was before he actually had a black, black Cutlass Supreme. Like
Damn.
it was clean, man.
Yeah. Okay, he had the. It was so girls.
Smooth. Yeah, so it was funny, and he had like this cream color, like leather inside. Like it was dope. So it was funny. We looked at his house, we couldn't find him. We went up the street and down the street to the other cousins and other random ancillary family member houses. They didn't know where he was. This was before the time of cell phones, so we couldn't just like call him up and say, where you at? So I remember my dad was sort of worried. So we got in the car and drove, and all of a sudden we see this black streak fly by us on a 2-lane backwoods Mississippi highway. Come up the mountain, pass us, go down the mountain. And my dad was like, that was Granddad. So we turned around, finally tracked him down and caught him. And he had like 2 younger girls in his car.
Dang.
And this man was like, okay, nobody really honestly knows exactly when he was born, but we all think that he was about, 75 or 80 years old when this went down. And so finally tracked him down, and my dad like had a good, like, good little talking to his dad. And he was like, who are these women? What are you doing? And he was like, oh, these are just my friends. And it was like a 30-some-year-old woman and like a 40-year-old woman.
Man.
And I was like, hold on, how is Granddad pulling these young chicks still?
Bruh.
He was always smooth, but I know.
Man, I tell you, my granddad, after my grandmother died, his wife died. He was messing around with some of the most, I ain't gonna say ratchet looking, but they were younger. They were like at least 30 years younger than him. Yeah. And there was this one time I like went to pick up his TV at his house because he wanted me to go get his TV and just bring it, to the house just to hold it because I think he was moving some stuff out. And there was one of those TVs with the VCR built into it. Ooh. And I was like, there's a tape inside here.
Don't you tell me what I think you about to tell me.
I'm like, okay, I popped the tape in. I'm like, what is this? And what do you know is porn on the tape. So apparently him and his lady be watching porn. Oh. I don't know, to put him in the mood or something. I don't know, but the dude was like, he was like super smooth to the point where when I was younger, I honestly, swear to God, thought this dude was a pimp. Because he had always had gold chains on, always dressed in the suit. Every time you seen him, he dressed in the suit. He had this one ring that looked like his whole finger. One gold ring that covered his whole finger. And eventually my mom had it and she had it melted down and made into 3 different rings. Kind of like some Lord of the Rings. Did she not like it or what? No, she just wanted like each of the kids to have like just some type of memorabilia from their grandfather. So I still have it, which is crazy. But I swear, I thought this dude was, honest to God, pimp, man. Because
that was his pimp hand ring. You know that?
It is possible. Because there was this one spot in town that they used to call a bottom. They called it the bottom because that's where all the bars, pool halls, everything that's shady goes down in the bottom. Oh, really? And I used to always be with them, like, down there, either shooting pool or just chilling, him and his old buddies talking and whatnot. Yeah. So that, man, there's some funky stuff going on at 60, 70 years old. Man. Some of these ladies, man. I don't know if my mouthpiece would be that good to pull a young girl at that age, but
hey, man, you got some, like when you get to that age, I think, your game is about as strong as it is ever been.
Because you got all the confidence in the world. You ain't got much time.
You got nothing to lose.
Ain't got nothing to lose. I done did it all.
You may not have much life left. You ain't got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? You know what your standards are. You either have high standards. I think you have a range of high standards and quality, female companionship, or male companionship, depending on your orientation. Or you have low standards and you're like, man, lowest common denominator, she'll go. You know what I'm saying? So you just out there and you know the right things to say. And if you strike out with a, with the high standard, version, the savvy one, that you can always go home, with somebody that's down in the low, that, all they need is, a quick little hookup, you know what I'm saying? Pop in that VHS, you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Make sure it don't have no squiggly lines.
I was like, what am I watching? I popped it in and I see some, and this was like some 1970s, early 80s type stuff. I was like, okay, there's the pool, man. He's walking by the pool and he's like cleaning stuff out the pool. Then a lady in a bikini walks by and I'm like, what the hell is my granddad watching?
Wow.
So I kept watching and then bam, all of a sudden inside the house for some little action.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious, man. I gotta say that, I think that's hilarious. And it is sort of, it's surprising, but it's also sort of not, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You never know. You never know what kind of pimp your granddad was as a young person. You know what I'm saying?
I hope he wasn't. I don't know. Who knows what he was doing? I don't want to think about it, but hey.
He knew how to pull. So that's what it was. So so that's pretty hilarious. Yeah, and I don't know, man. Like, can you just imagine like the city hookup website, and they just have like obviously like age ranges. If you're in your 50s, if you're in your 40s, if you're in your 80s, if you're whatever, or 80 seeking 80. You know what I'm saying? 80-year-old seeking 50 plus, or 80 plus couple seeking 60 plus. Think of that. That's what it's like, man.
Damn. I can't see myself. Maybe it's just the time. Maybe it's my age right now.
Yeah. Well, right now, we both have wife and kids, and they're young, and we're still, young relatively, and we still, it's just not even a part of our mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess, man. I suppose.
I'm just trying to figure out how much Viagra was popped. Cialis, Viagra, like how much of that, how many pills were popped during that situation?
Don't know.
And I also want to know if Viagra and Cialis are advertising on those sites, because if they aren't, they should.
Yeah, right. They should use this as like a case study, a review. It's like, we got a lady, we got somebody ran a train on somebody, some old lady in the park.
That's what it was. That's definitely what it was. That's definitely what it was. Or it was something like, that's definitely what it was. And then like, just imagine the police walking up on the scene, and they're coming up to this like mountain cove, like sort of cliffside, and they see 5 bathtubs. They see 5 bathtubs. You know what I'm saying? But all 6 people are in one bathtub in the train. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, did they even try to run away? Can you even run away at 80 years?
I don't think you can run away, man. I think.
Did you even pull up your pants fast?
Well, apparently, one of the dudes just had like his shirt and his pants draped over his shoulders, and he had no underwear on. That's what it said. Let's see here. Let's see what. Yeah, it said one of the guys was. It said one of the guys was just walking around naked, with his shirt and shorts draped over him and no underwear. Let's see here. So I mean, I think he had gotten back to his car. I think he was trying to get back to his car, and like when you're in that stage, like you're trying to get back to your car, you're trying to leave and like hide what you just did.
Like, that was a good one. It's like so good. I didn't feel like putting my clothes on. I'm just drive my ass sticking to my seat.
Just think of the old stickiness. Oh.
I mean, did it come out like baby powder, like poof?
They probably needed a duster, not a towel.
It's like dust yourself off.
When you're 80, you use a duster, not a towel. Oh man, I can't even. All the all the forest animals ran away from that side. Like the police knew where to go because as they were going toward it, you see like deer and like chipmunks and squirrels and birds all like fleeing that area. And they're like, yes, that's definitely where the train is going down. It's like a woodland critter Christmas.
I was just thinking about that. Can you imagine what the animals were saying to each other?
Oh man, I don't even. It's a woodland critter orgy. That's what it was. Wow, I don't even know, man. That had to be terrifying for the animals. It had to provide some shock and awe to their system. I don't even know, man. That is just wild. That is wild. That's crazy. Crazy. That's sort of like, I don't know. That's probably one of the craziest stories I heard in a really, really long time.
Right.
Oh, wow. Okay. What do we have next, man?
Wow. Next on the list.
Whoa!
What's up?
I just put into Google, in that story it said something about a city hookup guide. So I just put into Google, search for city hookup guide. Okay.
There's one in your area.
there's a www.top10seniorddatingsites.com. Totally free, no payment. Top over 60 dating site. Then there's a city hookup guide called 4D Corporation. It's like straight up city hookup guide. And then there's another one that says, where can I get laid in NYC as a senior? Wow. And on the New York Post, a guide to New York's sexiest hookup spots. Wow. There you go, man. All you got to do is just look it up, man. You'll find it, It'll be just like a whole bunch of like Johnson baby powder and like, Gold Bond medicated cream. You know what I'm saying?
Whole bunch of KY.
Icy hot.
Are elderly people even concerned about like STDs and condoms? Or are they just raw dogging everywhere?
It's probably raw. Or they're using like lambskin, because the quote unquote that was the days when it felt better, felt more natural. I don't know. We use sheepskins. That's what you remember. That was the term they used to call hit the skins, right?
Yeah.
See that's what they would be doing, man. They get them.
He was like literally bumping uglies.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Oh man, I'm sorry. I knew you were starting to something else, but
no, I don't even remember what I was starting.
That just came up at that moment.
Goodness gracious. All right, okay. What do we got next? I don't know what we got next. We could talk about the rainforest. I don't know what we do. I'm sure everybody out there may or may not know by now. I mean, the rainforest is on fire. Amazon rainforest is burning like crazy right now.
Yep.
But Popeyes is in the news, so nobody's really concerned about the rainforest.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So 2 things, man, that does suck about the rainforest. Hopefully they get that stuff under control. And yeah, man, because that's like, a good percentage of the world's oxygen burning up right now. But hey, that's crazy. So yeah, just be aware, definitely put out your fires if you're out there, camping or anything like that, or having a barbecue. But speaking of barbecue, speaking of food, Popeyes, like you said, in the news.
Popeyes. People going crazy. Chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Spicy chicken sandwich. And the crazy thing is, this chicken sandwich been available for like a while now.
Yeah. Have you had it yet?
I hadn't had it. I mean, eventually I'll try it, but it's not like on my go-to. It's like not my main thing I need to do right now. It was crazy because when it really started to pop off this past week, I was going to Popeyes just to pick up like some dinner for the family. I wasn't really concerned with a chicken sandwich, and the line was like in the street, which is crazy. Apparently it's that good, which is weird because it started like a Twitter war against Popeyes and Chick-fil-A mainly, but then Wendy's jumped in, and then a lot of other people started jumping in, and Wendy's Twitter likes to pop off at the mouth, so
Wendy's is all over it.
Wendy's is going in, but yeah, man, people are fighting in line, like literally fighting in line over the chicken sandwich, fighting the people in the drive-thru because they sold out of chicken sandwiches. Some of the workers have been like, man, fuck Popeyes, y'all keep that damn chicken sandwich. We ain't making no more of this shit no more.
I'm just trying to figure out, dog. This is what has always like befuddled me, right? I'm gonna use that word. This is what always like just befuddled me. Was like, if you get somewhere to buy something and they have sold out of it, whose fault is that you weren't there earlier to buy it? That's not the people who work their fault.
It was a crazy thing.
They only have so much food. You know what I'm saying? You should have been there earlier, or they could have had more food. But then again, they got like more locations. Go somewhere else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I don't know.
True. Very true. Here's a crazy thing.
That's crazy.
One of my homies, he went at 11 a.m. one day, and they were all sold out.
What time they open though? That's wild.
Popeyes, I think they open at what? Maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that.
Wow.
Because they don't serve breakfast. So but apparently a chicken sandwich is good, man. Apparently it's real good.
Wow.
Like I say, maybe one day I'll try it. It's not on my list of things to do right now. But there was like a conversation surrounding this. It's like the black people going crazy over chicken. And they brought up like this old Boondocks episode. It's crazy how some of these cartoons be kind of like sort of like foreshadowing the things to actually happen in the real world. Simpsons did it, but Boondocks did it quite a few times. And people are literally fighting over chicken, which is crazy. And then I was listening to Dr. Boyce Watkins. He had a little YouTube segment or a little YouTube video called Popeye's Chicken Gets More Attention Than Education. That's why we're losing. Dang. Which is what you think about, and it's like, dang, that's actually kind of true. That's kind of true. And in his conversation, he was talking about if people put a Popeyes in a low impoverished black neighborhood, would it do well versus like any other type of black business? And the crazy thing is, yes, it would do amazing, and you're just making money for like the people, the white people at the top of Popeyes, who owns Popeyes.
That's really
and whatnot.
what it is.
Isn't
that really what it is?
It is, and I think about it now, and I'm like, I think about all that area like on Lancaster, and excuse me, people that's not like living in this area, but it's a low impoverished neighborhood. Popeyes isn't there anymore, but you had Popeyes, a bunch of liquor stores, a Foot Locker, and people living in like very low income neighborhoods right there. And it's crazy because Jordans come out. Who's at the front of the line to buy Jordans but can't
you already know,
put money into anything else? So it's definitely a think piece, something to think about.
Yeah.
So but I thought that was good. I thought that was very interesting points he spoke on.
Yeah, that's definitely something to think about. It's crazy, but it's true, man. It's definitely true. But hey, I mean, this is the thing, man. This is the thing that I learned here, too, is people got to eat. People seek flavor. People got to eat.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to be good, and that's what it is. And also nowadays, people, are getting a lot of their facts, and I say facts with heavy air quotes, from social media, right? Mm-hmm. So people see online, or people hear in the news, when the news comes up, fake news and real news. Hey, this Popeye's chicken sandwich, it's the bomb. It's the best chicken sandwich out there. And, there's always going to be a lot of like Chick-fil-A stands. There's always going to be like, stands of other places. The McDonald's spicy crispy chicken sandwich, that was a big thing for a long time until Chick-fil-A sort of took over the mantle, for a lot of people. Yeah. And so yeah, of course somebody gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna go try this Popeyes one out. It can't be that good, or maybe it can be that good. And, and then it's reaction. So yeah, it's a reactionary time frame right now. Right. So regardless of how deep, we can think about the situation, it all boils back down to, is this true or not? I got to go prove it for myself now that I heard about it. And and in that time, nobody cares about, why their $3, should be put into the bank to start, compounding interest, or $3 should be put together with another, few $100s to invest in something, meaningful and long term.
Yeah.
No, people just trying to go and get a chicken sandwich. And yeah, that's crazy. I'm going to tell you, I mean, that's what it is, right? I'm going to tell you this though, man. I am happy because two things. Because there is the nearest Popeyes to me is 2.1 miles.
Oh man.
Then the next nearest Popeyes is only 9 miles, but the one that's 9 miles away is also right down the street from where I work. So that's cool.
Popeyes are like few and far between here, man.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you this. So just stay tuned because this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna do it on Hooks, Rubs, and Spices, or maybe I'll do it on here. I will do or maybe I'll do it on both, 2 separate times. I will do a Instagram live, like Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich versus Chick-fil-A's spicy chicken sandwich. Because those are the two that I like. Chick-fil-A is one that I like the most. I've had McDonald's, but I still think when I'm trying to eat McDonald's food, I'm eating like, a bunch of recycled paper mixed in with, chicken toes.
Still,
I'm gonna do those two. I'm gonna do those two just because Chick-fil-A seems to be like the national standard right now.
Yeah.
For any chicken sandwich, and then Popeyes is the current like. But maybe I should do Wendy's so I don't get no smoke, from Wendy's. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I want to do that. But yeah, the nearest one is like 2 miles away. It is literally right down the street. Dang.
let me tell you this Twitter exchange between Wendy's and Popeyes. So Wendy says, y'all out here fighting about which of these foods has the second best chicken sandwich. And Popeyes responds, sounds like someone just ate one of our biscuits because y'all looking thirsty. And Wendy's responded, LOL, guess that means the food's as dry as the jokes.
Dang.
This is silly, man.
Wendy's. Wendy's got jokes.
Wendy's got all the jokes.
Wow.
Wow.
So you're saying that y'all don't have that many Popeyes down there?
No, it's not. It's really not that many. A lot of them been closing. Like that one that was off of Lancaster that I spoke about, that closed like a long time ago. There's I
used to go to that one.
Yeah, I did too, man. But it takes me a while to drive. The nearest one is probably a good 6-7 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
wow.
and we rarely go to it. I mean, as much as I love Popeye's chicken, I don't eat a ton of fried chicken that much. But you know, my kids, they love the red beans and rice and the chicken tenders. So sometimes I'll go and get them that for them to eat. Other than that, man, wow. I want to try and make my own fried chicken. I want to try and get something that rivals Popeyes and all other places. Still working on the recipe, but I'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, man. So all the people out there, tell us what you think your favorite chicken sandwich is. You know, Jay, if you want to go ahead and tell the people how to give us a call, even though we probably could have done this earlier in the show, which I think we should do from now on, maybe earlier in the show. But hey,
people,
whatever.
People, let us know what you like. 3853-BLAKPC or 385325-2572. Let us know that chicken sandwich that you be smacking on and licking your lips and getting your fingers greasy for. Let us know.
Yes. Let us know. And speaking of letting us know, I think somebody left us a voicemail, though it doesn't have a transcript, so Google Voice couldn't translate. So that's either somebody who is speaking alien after we talked about storming Area 51, or Google Voice just, couldn't keep up. So here we go. Let's listen to this voicemail. 3, 2, 1.
What's up, fellas? This is DJ from Just in Time Podcast. It's been a while since I left a voicemail, but I was listening to the Duncan Hines versus Betty Crocker episode, and first off, thanks for the shout-outs. I was dropped a few times in there, at least subtly and shit. And also wanted to say a big shout-out to Cooks, Rubs, and Spices. But by the way, I didn't even realize the connection between y'all until like a couple of years ago, I think it was, when Look got off the Instagram and I went on there and I just happened to go look at pictures and seen Jared fucking smiling in a selfie on the Hooks Road page. So yeah, but it took a while, but yeah, congratulations, love seeing y'all, keep doing what you're doing and whatnot. Excited to see the new shit coming out. But also y'all was talking about stand-up comedians, and I gotta say, you right on the part that, even if you just narrow it down to black comedians, it's a lot. That's a big-ass list. If y'all just to start naming off favorites and shit. But, there was a couple of names that I was just hoping to hear shouted out. Maybe not even in people's top 3, but just shouted out. And it was Red Fox and Paul Mooney. Those are 2 names that I at least was hoping to hear. I did hear a little shout-out to Robin Harris and shit, too, but, so that was, much love. As far as my top 3, that's a tough one, actually. Eddie Murphy probably be my number 1. I'm not gonna lie. Just off of 2 fucking specials, and then just a shit ton of movies. He made my childhood. He was there before my childhood, and I'm waiting for him to come back. Shit. 2, I'd probably have to go Dave Chappelle, just because, again, his stand-up led to not only tremendous success, but like his show and even his old stand-up, like that shit still carries weight today. And still speaks volumes. I love that shit. And number 3 though, that's a tough one. No, it's not. Bernie Mac. Actually, I'd tie 2 for fucking Dave Chappelle and Bernie Mac, honestly. Just because they both brought it. And Bernie Mac had his own style of energy, and I loved his fucking show. And I even loved a lot of the movies he was in, even if he wasn't a huge part of it. I didn't like Mr. 3000. I can say that shit. I watched him in Ocean's 11 and fucking that one he did with Ashton Kutcher. Yes, yeah, that's right. But anyway, just wanted to say, just just wanted to come comment and shit, throw in a little bit of love. But yeah, keep doing what y'all doing. Love listening to y'all. And yeah, we do plan on getting y'all down the rabbit hole. We ain't even got no excuse now. We actually got our shit up and running again. We just ain't had no guests. So yeah, we'll have to get in touch with you. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get up off this.
Oh, and that was it.
Oh.
He said, I'm going to get up off this, and he got up off that. So.
Yeah, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, DJ. Much appreciated there. And, yeah, man. So, yeah, he was referring to to a post that we had a couple weeks ago. We talked about, I think, in maybe episode 133, 32. About what is it? It was sort of like a multi-picture post, like name your top, your top 3 comedians, pick 3. And yeah, he said that we didn't even have Red Fox and
there's a lot left
on there. So yeah, a lot of people like D.L. Hewley wasn't on there. There's a lot of people that weren't actually on that. So. Yeah, but then he gave his top 3. Definitely respectable. Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, and Bernie Mac. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. There's a lot of people left off of that, and I think some of them were more recent, like popular funny guys, that have done work and, are now super famous, and there were a lot that were sort of older. So, yeah, so that's pretty dope. That's funny.
Yes,
reaction? Do you have any reaction?
No reaction to it. I mean, he's on point, Yeah. I mean, I know we left off like a ton of comedians. See, Patrice O'Neal, was he on the list? I don't even remember the list, but no. Yeah, we left off
no, he was not.
lot. We left off a whole lot of people, Yeah. And, it's all good. I mean, those are just a handful. So, yeah.
Yeah. That was posted on August 3rd, so y'all can go back.
Oh, yeah. That was, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Almost a month ago. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's next on our discussion of stuff?
Let's see here. You had, I know you had some stuff about Spider-Man. You had some stuff about, what else? You had,
yeah, I mean... D23 happened this week. D23 Expo, which is the Disney Expo. They released a whole bunch of titles. Well, I ain't gonna say a whole bunch. They released some new titles in addition to what was released at San Diego Comic-Con last month. So we're getting a She-Hulk, a Moon Knight, and a Miss Marvel. Mm-hmm. Kamala Khan is Miss Marvel, so I'm curious to see who they may choose to play her. I'm trying to think in my head of some. Well, I don't really want to go well-known actresses to fill that part. I think it should be somebody lesser known. But then I'm trying to think who's lesser known. Who's the big people to play to represent a Muslim character?
Wow, that will be hard to try to figure out who that's going to be, because you don't really have a lot of Muslim actors that are from the Middle East or India, something like that, that are popular enough in America to make it happen. But Marvel is really great about going to find whoever it is around the world that is the biggest star in their country, or maybe one of the top stars in their country, to come over here and play a role. So they're gonna find somebody good.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
I was thinking about the girl from Slumdog Millionaire, but I can't remember her name. But she's probably she's probably tiny, but that sort of fits that character.
Yeah,
but she's probably too old for the character.
Yeah, she's probably a lot older now. I'm sure they'll figure somebody out. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Then a She-Hulk and Moon Knight. So that should be interesting. I know a lot of people are waiting to see a Moon Knight version. Now I wonder, are these going to be like in the theaters or going to be on the Disney Plus app or Disney Plus streaming?
Some
app?
of it, yeah, some of them are going to be on that Disney Plus. So okay. I know that She-Hulk is going to be a series. Okay. Which I was excited for, She-Hulk, but then when I saw it's going to be a series on the Disney app, I was like, well, okay, that's not cool. Moon Knight is also supposed to be on there, as well as as well as Mrs. Marvel. They're all supposed to be on there.
So on the Disney, okay.
Yeah, they're all supposed to be on the Disney app, which sucks because now that makes you like, dang, should I go and get this Disney app? Maybe it's one of those things you just wait and see when it comes out if it's actually.
Isn't there some kind of I guess joint deal there with like Hulu, where they'll be doing something with Hulu, like you could see their stuff through Hulu, or maybe it's like an add-on to Hulu. I don't know. I thought I read that somewhere.
I think they own Hulu, and I think that's how they're that was basically their end to doing this app, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it's going to be two separate things or if it's going to be the same thing. So, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's crazy. I'm just sad that it's going to be sort of, blocked from some people be able to experience those things, but also, right. You got to shell out the money to pay it if you want to check it out. Yeah. I don't know.
And then, of course, the other talk of the weekend dealing with Marvel. Of course, you did see the little screenshot of Black Panther 2 coming in 2022, which is interesting. So Ryan Coogler is back to direct that one, which is going to be dope. But the sad part about this week, we found out Spidey is not going to be in the MCU anymore. But,
that was the saddest thing of all.
Yeah.
I gotta say, man.
But I did read that there's going to be 2 more movies in development, each with Tom Holland. Did I read that correct?
Yeah. So I think that's a part of his deal, or their original deal, something like that, or maybe a deal that was put in place after the success of Homecoming. Okay. I think that was like an addendum. So there will be 2 more Spider-Man movies that are Marvel Sony combined. But then once those 2 are done, then they won't be. So guys, I mean, really, we probably don't have anything to worry about for a couple years on that, right? Because right now there's still 2 untitled Marvel movies, one in 2022. Actually, both in 2022, one in February and one in July. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of those Spider-Man movies was that 2022 July.
So he's still going to be in the MCU.
So we'll still see Tom Holland for a couple more movies, but after that, it won't be a part of the MCU. It'll be Sony's deal then.
I think he's going to be getting way too. He's probably going to get a little. Well, I'm not going to even say get too old, because you already know how Sony does things. They reboot and reboot so many times.
Yeah.
So
but I think Tom Holland still has a young enough look. And Spider-Man, there was always a version of Spider-Man that was a little older than like the teenage Spider-Man. So as long as they could still make him look in his like mid-20s, I think, then I think he'll be all right. Even though I think he's already like 19, 20 years old. So that's going to be sad. But I'll tell you this, what's crazy is Spidey and the Amazing Friends. Spidey and his Amazing Friends is coming to Disney Junior soon. So, I mean, that's going to be a new show. And that was just announced 2 days ago on the at D23. Spider-Gwen, and is also going to be, a part of a couple of different animated shows. So maybe not on the movie side, but, it'll still be on the animated side.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Let's see here. So, I got to say this. A couple other things that I saw that are coming out. So, the Powers of X. Powers of X is going to be, or what is it? I guess it's already out, so that's like a new series, comic series, I believe, which sort of goes, into the X-Men side of things. Kang the Conqueror, is sort of like a intergalactic, an intergalactic, villain. So they're gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be a animated series or movie, or if it's just gonna be a straight up like live action movie that's coming. The Freshman. So it's sort of like, the Avengers at a much younger age, is going to be an animated TV show coming out. And then also, if you go to like the Disney parks, I can't remember when that's starting, but they're going to have Avengers Campus, where you'll be able to go and do a lot of the Avengers things, go and train and do all this other stuff on the Disney campuses. So on the Disney, at Disney. So, hey, there's some good stuff coming out. I'm mostly excited for Black Panther. Oh, Eternals is coming out too, so that'll be good. But I gotta say this, man. I gotta say this. I'm really sad about Spider-Man not being there, because I was always a Spider-Man fan as a kid. But so, like you said, Sony will bring it back, reboot it, whatever. But I'm excited to actually see Black Panther, because we always see all these other movies that had come out, that they had announced, and we're like, okay, so where's Black Panther 2? And I think what happened was, as I was telling you before the show, was maybe Marvel was waiting to announce some of these things at D23 because they knew they'd have some kind of decision on Spider-Man, and they'd have a way to at least positively spin it after the negative, potential negative news from that. So I think that's what they did. So
I swear, Kevin Feige has absolutely nothing else to do but make money.
That's it, dog.
Because he has like everything Marvel related.
Yeah,
like his kids are set for a while.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm trying to think. What is it? I saw that the Amazon CEO, I think he makes like $25,000 like a second or something like that.
Man, come on. I don't want to
I can't remember what it is. Or like every 10 seconds. So, I mean, I know that Marvel isn't, I guess like this whole Disney thing with Marvel may not be on that same plane, but like I really want to know like how much money they make a second, or how much money they make a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you just imagine making like $100 a second?
I wish.
I
wish.
Like $1 a second is nice, but even $1 a second, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's
$1 a second would be nice.
I'd be down for that.
Let me work an 8-hour day. I'm good.
I'll take 50 cents a second. I'm not too picky. I'll take 50 cents. I'm good.
Yeah, 50 cents would be good.
That'll work. No,
25 G's,
I don't know, man. Say what now?
I say, but not 25 grand.
Yeah,
that's
it's some crazy amount that I saw how much that dude makes a second, and I'm just like, how do you even? I don't know. What do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just get up, wake up every day,
check your bank account.
You don't even
check your bank account.
Bank account, but like you don't even care. Yeah, you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's just what I thought it was gonna be. Like, I wonder what surprises you. I think maybe the only thing that would surprise you is if you lost money, right?
If you woke up and it was just 0.50.
Like, hold on a second. I was expecting at least like $1 billion yesterday. What's happening? Like, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't even understand. How you have what kind of. I don't know. I don't understand what kind of like mindset you have when it's like that. So, what else? Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah. Wow. I'm excited for those movies, though. I think I'm excited for those movies. Hopefully, we'll be able to get to see the shows. So,
indeed. All right. Well.
Yeah. Indeed.
What you want to do now?
I mean,
tap it and get out.
I think that's what we need to do. Yeah, man. We need to be like, we need you to go ahead and turn on. Well, what was the predecessor to Careless Whisper before George Michael came out with that? Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. Like, I think Homeboy had heartburn, actually. But no. Man, spin that George Michael.
You think that's what those 80-year-olds was playing in the background?
Just remember, like, if you refuse me, honey, you lose me, and then I leave alone. Oh, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own. That's what they were listening to. I sing that song to my kids every now and then, and they look at me and they roll their eyes. Like, Dad, that's not even a real song.
Skeet, skeet, skeet.
Yeah. Like, oh, skeet, 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 skeet. Puff, puff, pass. Puff, puff, pass. That's what they was doing, Jay. The train was a puff, puff, pass. Because it was Johnson & Johnson baby powder. Not skeet. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Yeah, so go ahead and spin that George Michael, that Careless Whisper. You know, start tapping that love box.
Wow. Interesting. All right, so let's see. If you if you are surprised that Hasbro Toys now owns Death Row Records, that's right, Hasbro Toys, Mr. Potato Head.
Like how?
He is now the Suge Knight.
That's crazy.
Oh man, tap your love box. Dang.
That is just.
They gonna have to make it like
Toy
a Suge Knight
Shakur.
Potato Head now.
Yes. Just imagine they had a Mr. Potato Head with all the attachments, like you said, all the attachments from Death Row Records rappers, or at least like people who were once Death Row Records rappers. You know what I'm saying? So you got Tupac. Was Snoop on Death Row for a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a Dr.
And what, Dre?
Yeah, Hasbro has Transformer toys. So you have a Dr. Dre Decepticon. I'm thinking of this crap.
Oh man. See, that would be so dope. But then you have a Ice Cube with the empty Vaseline jar. Dog. Imagine the possibilities.
Well, Ice Cube wasn't on.
Imagine the possibilities.
Yeah,
I know, but then you have. Oh, but he made that no Vaseline. After the NWA thing, so he would be the I guess he'd also be a villain, against Dre. So,
yeah,
I don't know, man. I think that would be hilarious.
There's a lot.
Dog, oh man, what if they also bought Migos in the Friendship Gang? And they had the old school versus the new school. And obviously Migos in the Friendship Gang would be the good guys. I guess. Versus the old school rappers.
I guess.
Oh man.
They'd be like so they'd be like My Little Pony and have their own little special power.
Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be hilarious, man. That would be hilarious. I need to see more. I need them to go ahead and come out with some rap toys right now. I need to see all these rap toys roll out. Because I would definitely buy them. Like, would you find yourself buying like a G.I. Joe or Transformer version of like a Dr. Dre or a Snoop Dogg or something like that? Like if it was like if they were like sort of on the level of like janky toys,
I'm gonna tell you right now, there is a guy, I forgot his name, but he's an artist that does like these mashups. So there was like a Eazy-E of Eternia, so it's like a He-Man, but it was like shaped like Eazy-E. He had the muscles and everything. I'm gonna have to find it and send it to you. But it was really pretty dope, and they sell out super quick. It's super quick.
Really?
I'm gonna have to. Okay, here it is. Easy Heat. That's what it was called. I wanted this toy so bad, but I didn't get to it in time, and it sold out so quick. But it's dope. I'd buy some if they were pretty dope.
Easy Heat?
Easy. Watch, I just sent it to you.
Easy Heat. Let's check it out.
Straight out of Eternia.
Oh, look at that! Easy Eat He-Man figure. Yeah, it's too bad he wasn't that bulletproof and strong.
He has a beeper, a Uzi, a Raiders little deal across his chest, Compton hat, and a Jerry curl.
Was the supervillain against him STDs?
Hey man,
I'm just saying. Wow, look at that.
And then there you scroll all the way down. There's a Spider-Man.
That is actually pretty dope, I gotta say.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
So there you go.
The T-shirt is actually pretty dope.
Trap Toys, that's who makes it. So everybody, check out some Trap Toys.
Check out Trap Toys.
They don't have any updates at the moment, but I'm sure you can find what the old series and stuff looks like. But yeah, they're pretty dope. They were. So yes, if there was a Migos toy that came out, and it was like a set of maybe He-Man or Thundercats, maybe even G.I. Joe figures, and there was a twist on it, I'd probably cop it.
Yeah, for sure. And this Spider-Man is definitely like British.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like the Wulong Talks guys. Shout out to them. Yeah, bruv, you're a toy. Oh, that's pretty dope. I'd pick up that Spider-Man, and that's dope, especially because he has the ankle monitor. Oh man, that's dope.
Great power comes great team.
Oh, that's great. I love it, man. I love it. Wow, definitely tap your love box in that. Yeah, tap your love box if you got one of those Popeye spicy chicken sandwiches and it actually was fire.
Yeah, tap your love box.
I'm definitely gonna try one, even though it's probably not it's like a part of the it's part of like not the best health choices, but hey dog, I'll hit one and then I'll go boxing that day or something like that. So
yeah, true. If you woke up this morning and found hashtag weird things to stick up your butt, weird things to stick up your ass trending, tap your love box.
Is that a Twitter trend right now?
Yeah, it's a Twitter trend. I saw this morning. Some people had gerbils, some people had toys stuck up their butt. Matchbox cars, keys. I'm seeing somebody with a key, X-ray with key stuck up their butt. A gun. What else?
Wow.
All kind of stuff. Bottles, beer bottles. Buzz Lightyear toy.
What the heck?
Yeah. So lots of people stick things up their bums, man, as pleasure, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even.
There's some interesting folks out there. Corn cobs,
cheeseburger, Land Before Time hand puppets.
What do you call those things that spin? That the kids play with? What was that popular toy last year before? Whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, fidget spinner.
Fidget spinner. There you go. Fidget spinner stuck up the butt.
Wow.
But you can't talk about sticking things up your butt without mentioning Lemmy Winks. Shout out to Lemmy Winks.
A brave adventure is waiting for you ahead. Hurry onward, Lemmy Winks, because you'll soon be dead. Ah, Lemmy Winks.
Shout out to the Catata fish.
This is like, I swear this is what, like the second South Park reference in one show? Because we had the Woodland Critter Christmas at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That is right.
Who was your favorite between Catatafish, Lemmy-Winks, the Squirrel Prince? Who else was there?
There's the Sparrow Prince, Catatafish, Lemmy-Winks. Was that it? Was it just those three, or was that four? Was there another one? I can't remember.
Let me think. Let's see. Catatafish. I'm trying to look up. Okay. It's from season 6, the Death Camp of Tolerance.
And the frog was it the frog?
The Frog Prince, right?
Frog King or something like that.
Oh wait, let's see.
The Frog King. That's what it's like. Frog King, Catatafish, and Sparrow Prince.
They're doing gerbling.
So people.
The Ballad of Lemmy-Winks. Because they're making fun of the Hobbit. Oh yes, there's nothing like it, man. South Park, man. There's nothing like South Park. I
have missed out on so many seasons.
Oh yeah, at this point, yeah.
And I know they've been going crazy since then.
Yeah, let's see here. So we got Lemmy-Winks. We got the Sparrow Prince. Yeah. So which one of those guys was your favorite?
I mean, I like Lemmy-Winks. I like the appearance of the Catatafish. Mm-hmm. But then I also liked when the Frog King kind of guided him on his way. It's just such an odd episode when you think about it. Because people do put gerbils up there. Put gerbils up there first for some odd reason.
Frogs. Yeah, I love Catatafish. Because Catatafish came from the Stomach's Cove. He's sitting there. He looks like a samurai. He has a saddle on his back, and he's holding a 9mm. What if you go fishing? What if you go fishing? You catch a catfish, and you pull him out. He's holding a 9 and a samurai sword. Come on, dog. What? He like, oh, we good? We good? All right, put me back. And don't come back and try to get into my friends either.
That was such an odd combination.
Think about it.
He's like a freaking Japanese warlord.
Oh, man.
Oh.
It's like a Japanese warlord samurai gangster that you could ride on his back. I'm just trying to think which one of those other animals was riding on his back. Oh, wow. Man, tap your love box if you're going to be 85 years old, out there running trains.
Puffing. Puff, puff.
In the middle of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Family don't know where you are, but you know where you want to be. And that's up inside.
Some poo.
Some poo. Oh, shout out to Dashy. Oh, man, that's funny.
Definitely. Oh, boy. Goodness gracious. All right. I'm Love Box out, I think.
Man, you know what? Tap your love box if you would get a divorce from somebody because they were overly kind and obedient.
Wow.
A lady in the United Arab Emirates wants to file or is seeking a divorce because her husband is too nice and does what she says. I mean, isn't that sort of like the rule? Like, she's always right, supposedly?
She wants some talk back. She wants somebody to defy her words and just go against it. She just wants an argument. So she wants an argument. That's pretty much what she's saying.
Yeah. He needs to just come up with something to just be mad about, and just go in. But hey, I guess not this time. Wow. Tap your little box if you sort of feel old because Angelina Jolie's kid Maddox just got dropped off at just got dropped off at college. Seoul University. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
That's wild, man.
Wow. Man.
You know, everybody remembers when like they adopted, she and Brad Pitt adopted him when he was a baby. So that's pretty crazy, man.
Man. Tap your love box and a moment of silence for Aaliyah. It's been 18 years today. I know my wife is a super huge Aaliyah fan, so I'm sure that's pretty much all we're going to be listening to for the majority of the day.
Yeah.
Man, 18 years.
That's nuts, man. I remember when it happened too, man. I remember. Sad moment.
Yes, indeed. And screw R. Kelly. All right, that's it for me. All right. Ready to get out of here?
Yeah. Go ahead and tell the people where they can find us.
Peoples, hit us up, Twitter, Instagram, #BlackoutPod, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, SoundCloud, Anchor, Spreaker, YouTube. Leave some feedback, leave some thumbs up. Let us know what you like about the show, what you don't like about the show. Spread it to your friends, share it, whatever you do. Email us, #blackoutpod@gmail.com. Topics, whatever you want to hear. Maybe you want to, talk some stuff. We'll shout you out. Or you can just call us 385-3BLAKPC or 385-325-2572. Leave us a voicemail. Tell us what kind of strange things you saw at the park dealing with old people. Tell us about your grandparents. If you found porn in your granddad's VCR, or if you caught him creeping around with two young women that's like half his age. Yeah. Etsy.com. Shop hooks, rubs, and spices. And then you can sprinkle it all over your 5 different people that you have in the old folks to argue with. To spice things up, literally.
Hey, bruv, spice it up. Spice up everything. Put it in
all
85 plus multiple ting relationship, man. I just went from British to Jamaican.
Wow.
In one sentence. Make sure you don't put anything up your butt that shouldn't go there, which is nothing.
Except for soap, water, a towel, toilet paper. Bam.
And maybe a creamy donut.
Glaze, preferably.
Oh, man. This is crazy, man. This is some wild stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, on that note.
Can you imagine that?
Out. Oh, wait, what?
Like, it's for those people that like to toss salads and stuff like that. Not me. If somebody like got a Krispy Kreme donut and rubbed it on their booty.
Ooh, and it's hot and fresh.
It's hot and fresh, and the glaze is still sticky.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, somebody gonna have to try it. Somebody try it and let us know.
Oh, somebody's already tried it. What are you talking about? Somebody.
Or what are those cream filled ones? The whatever the cream filled, the long cream filled. That's gonna be stuck up.
Cream pie.
Whatever. Oh man, why did my mind go there? Okay,
it's because, man, you're curious. You want to know.
I don't want to stick nothing in there. I definitely ain't eating no booty holes.
Nah, same. Same.
But booty hole for me.
We definitely need to contribute to that hashtag today. I think it's hilarious. So
hashtag don't eat a booty hole. Oh, hashtag.
Yeah.
Oh, hashtag weird things to put up your ass. Okay.
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
There we go. Krispy Kreme donut. Hot and fresh now.
Wait till you see it when it comes out.
All right, man. I'm blacking out. Holy shoot. That is nuts.